Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 9 of my Salesforce admin series where I'm posting a videos of a 10 to 15 minute on Salesforce administrator. So if you are new on my channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press a bell icon for further notification. In the last video, we talked about the profile and role in a Salesforce, and if you haven't watched that video, then you can find the link in the description box or in the top right corner of the I button. In this video, we will talk about the OWT settings, sharing rules, permission set and permission set groups in Salesforce. So let's get started. OWT settings, or what we called as a organization wide default setting in Salesforce. So if you define as a OWD in Salesforce, then it's a very baseline, or we say default access level of a settings which user get while getting a Salesforce license in a Salesforce org. So as you know that we can grant access through other means like a sharing rules or a role hierarchy or using a profile or using a some manual sharing or apex sharing, we can do that. But if we talk about OWD, we can specify the default level of access user have to each record. So this is what OWD setting is called. In OWD setting, we have a four type of a access level. First is a public read, write or transfer, which is available for a lead and cases object in a Salesforce. And second one is a public read and write. In this, all user can view, edit and report on all record given that object have this level of permission. Public read only. The third is in that all user can view and report on the record, but not the owner and the user have that role in the hierarchy can edit them. And the last is a private, in which only the record owner and the user above that role hierarchy can view, edit and report on those records. So let's open a Salesforce and see OWD setting in our org. In quick find box, just type a sharing setting, and in sharing setting you can see that organization default setting is there. Like in the lead, you can have a permission to public read and write it. For a default internal access and for a default external access, it is a private. And there is a also option for the grant access using hierarchy. If this checkbox is true, it means that above the hierarchical can access the whatever permission we have using a role. So if you want to edit that access level, then you just have to click on the edit and choose the object for which you want to edit that. Like you can see I have a some object, like in the work type it is private. So what I can do, I can make that a public and read and write. The next is a default external access. If you want to do that also, so we can also do that, but I will not suggest to do that, because if someone get the API access for the external, so they can also change in the Salesforce without having a Salesforce license. So we can leave it as it is, and while doing that, if you save that, then the work order will be available for every users in a Salesforce who have a permission to see the work order object. So you can see work order type is changed to a public read and write for internal user access. So let's move to our next topic, sharing rule in Salesforce. Though we can manage the access of a different object and record through organization wide setting and role hierarchy or profile, but sometimes we come across a situation where exceptions are required. If we need to grant access to a specific data to a specific user who are not able to access the required data because of their roles, for example to see the case history when a user has only access to the current case detail, in such scenario we can take a help of a sharing rule, because sharing rule can be based on who owns the record or the value of the field in the record. For example, use sharing rule to extend the sharing access to a users in a public group or role, or with the role hierarchy, sharing rule can never be stricter than your organization wide default setting. So let's go to a Salesforce and create some sharing rule so that you get more understanding on a what is sharing rule in Salesforce. So let's go to a Salesforce. For our scenario, we will going to create a public group, and then using that public group we will create a sharing rule to assign some permission on a campaign record. So let's search in the search box for the public group, and in the public group let's click on the new button to create a new public group. Let's name as a verifier. Keep this checkbox true, grant access using hierarchy, and let's use some users. Let's give an user. Let's move this user from a available member section to a selected member section, and let's save that group. You can see a new group named verifier is created. So let's create a sharing rule. For that, let's search for the sharing setting in a quick find box. To create a sharing setting, you just have On this manual sharing setting, you just have to choose the object. For our operation, we are going to use a campaign object. You just have to click a campaign object, and to create a new campaign object sharing rule, you just have to click this new button. Let's give a rule name as a access test campaign. Let's choose a condition based on the record owner or based on the criteria. So in this rule type, either you can use the record owner to get a access for the campaign record, or you can use some criteria. So we're going to use based on the criteria. In that, we want to choose a campaign name for the criteria, and all the campaign name which contain test will be the part of this sharing rule. So we'll use a contains and we'll give a value test. And in this public group, we will select one which we created that. And for the campaign access read only, we will give a full access for that and save it and click OK. So you can see a campaign sharing rule is created, in which if the campaign name contain a test, the record is shared with the verifier, means the my user as Avnish Yadav, it will share with that, and then we have access to that. So by that you can create a sharing rule for any object. Like you have all the object in your org, you can create a sharing rule for any object and provide a permission based on the criteria or the record owner to different public group or different user or different role hierarchy. So this is all for the sharing setting. Let's move to the next section where we talk about the permission set in a Salesforce. Permission set in Salesforce. So if we define what is a permission set in Salesforce, so in simple term, it is a collection of a setting or permission that give user to access various functionality of a Salesforce, or permission set extend the user's functional access without changing their profile. So the question come up that when we have a profile, then why we need a permission set? So in simple term, if I say that there are a 10 user with the same profile and one or two user need some extra permissions, then we can use a permission set to assign some extra permission to those one or two users, rather than going to a profile and changing the permission which give other users to get the same permission which we don't need that. So that's why the permission set come in the context of the Salesforce. So let's see few differences of a permission set and the profile. So profile have a most restricted settings and permission a user assigned to this profile should have, but in the permission set you can extend the setting of a permissions and functionality of a user. For profile, a user can only have a one profile and it's mandatory that user have a profile, while in a permission set user can have more than one permission set, or user don't need any permission set. It totally depend on that we need access permission for that user, or we are going to use a permission set to provide them. The next is the profile are restrictive, means it is mandatory that we should provide a profile to a user, while permission set are adaptive, means we if we need then we can provide that, otherwise we can ignore that permission set for the user. Every user must assign to a profile, and it is not necessary for every user to have a permission set. Also some important point that what permission set can control. So in the image you can see that permission set can use to give a permission for following options, like you can assign app for the permissions, you can give a object permission, you can give a field permission, you can give a apex classes permission, you can give a visual force permission, you can give a tab setting. So these type of a permission you can give in the permission set. So let's move to the Salesforce and try to create one permission set. In the quick find box, let's search for the permission set. Okay, so you can see I have opened the permission set, and let's in the new tab we also open a user so that you get clear idea that what I'm going to create that. So let's duplicate that. Let's search for a user. Let's click on the user. So in the list of users, you can see I have a two user. One is a Avnish Yadav and another is John Smith, who have a same profile as a system administrator and system administrator. So what I am going to do, I will create one permission set in which I am going to give a permission to only Avnish Yadav to see a app which we created in one of our previous video named as a travel app, to see only one of the profiles whom we are going to assign that permission set. So what we are going to do, let's go to the profile first in the system administrator. Let's open in a new tab and let's edit the permission to not see that app to any of that users who have the profile name as system administration. So let's click on the edit button. Let's search for the travel approval app by clicking Control F and search for the travel approval app. So you can see in the travel approval app, one is a classic and one is a lightning. So both visible for the system administrator. So what are going to do is we going to uncheck that and save that. From that you can see we will not able to see the travel approval app for the system administrator profile. Like I am the system administrator profile, so if I'm going to refresh this page and going to search that app again, I'm not going to see that. So you can see I will not able to see the travel approval app now in the app result. So now what we are going to do, we're going to create a one permission set where I'm going to assign a permission to get this travel approval app to shown. So let's go to the permission set and create a new permission set name as permission to travel approval app. In the license section, let's create a license to be a Salesforce. So let's search for the Salesforce. There is a Salesforce. So we select that and click on the save. And in the permission set homepage, you can see these all the permission which we can give using this permission set. Like we can give us some app permissions or connected app permission, we can give some object setting permission, we can give some app permission, again we can give some apex classes permission or some Visualforce permission, we can also give some external data source permission, we can give a flow access permission, some name credentials access permission, custom permission, custom metadata, and custom setting permission. And there are two other system permission we can give, which is the one system permission and another is a service provider. So for now we need to give a app permission. So now let's click on that assigned app and let's click on this edit. And from there we can just search for the travel approval app lightning and travel approval app classic and move it to the enabled app sections. And let's save it. Now you can see I have added the travel approval app permission to them, but I haven't added this permission set to any user. So if I'm going to search for travel approval app, I will get no result there in the app part for the user Avnish Yadav. So what we can do, we just have to click on this manage assignment button to give this permission to some users, means we have to assign some permission set to the user. So we click on this manage assignment and we are going to choose one assignment by clicking add assignment and choosing my user Avnish Yadav and click on the assign and click done. So now if I refresh that page, and now if I search for the travel approval app, so you can see in the app section I am now seeing the travel approval app because I use the permission set to give this extra permission to Avnish Yadav users. So this is what the permission set all about. So let's move to the next section where we talk about the permission set groups. Permission set groups in Salesforce. So by the name you get the idea that permission set group allow any number of permission set to be bundled up with that some name and description. Permission set group can be individually assigned to a user just like a permission set, means we can go to the assignment button and assign that to some users. So this is what permission set group. Permission set group is recently released by Salesforce in one of their winter release. I think in a 20 it released that. So this permission set group seem like a simple feature, but if we apply it properly or use that in an effective manner, then it can help us lot in our business process. So let's see how the permission set group can help us lot in our business process. So let's see, there is a one user and we have a 3 permission set. So what we are going to do, we going to go to that first permission set and assign that permission set to the user which we have. Then we are going to go to the second permission set, which is a survey creator, and assign to that user again. And then we had go to the third permission set and assign that to user. So instead of doing all this, what we can do, we can create one permission set name as a sales staff user, and we can add all the permission set which we need, and then we can assign that user. So using this type of a bundle permission set processes, we can optimize our permission setting in our org. So let's go to the Salesforce and create one simple permission set. So in a Salesforce, in a quick find box, you just have to search for the permission set, and in the permission set group you just have to click that. And in that, if you want to create a new permission set group, you just have to click on this new permission set group button. In that, you just have to give us some label, API name, and some description. Let's say I'm going to give a app permission, and let's say the name is app permission group, and let's click on the save. So on the permission set group, you can see we have a 2 section. One is a permission set where you can choose a different permission set for that group. And next we have a muting permission set group. In that we have to choose few permission set which we don't want that user have. So we can choose that also. And other than that, we have another section named as a combined permission. In that we have all those permissions, like we can give a app permission, object permission, or we can give Apex class or Visualforce permission, which we give in the permission set. We can give in the permission set group also, and then on clicking this manage assignment, we can assign that permission set group to some users. So for our demonstration, add a permission set to this permission group. So for that, I am going to click on this permission set group in the first section, and in that you just have to click on the add permission set button, and from that you have to choose which permission set you want. So we just created a app permission there, so we will choose that. So in that you can choose which permission you want. We just created this permission set permission to a travel approval app. We just want that. And if you want any other permission set, for now I'm just using this buyer permission, so I'm going to select that also. Click on the add button, and these two permission is added to my permission set group named as a app permission set group, and click on the done. Let's click on the back to a permission set group. So to assign this permission set group to some user, you just have to go to the manage assignment button there. You just have to click that manage assignment button and then click on the add assignment, and there you can choose users. So I'm going to choose my user again, and then you just have to click on the assign. It will assign that permission set group to that user. Then you just have to click done. So if you like my videos, please do subscribe to my channel and press a bell icon for further notification. And if you have any queries, you can comment down and I can cover that part in next video. Thanks for watching.